Alright guys, here we go, episode 136, and it has been a long, fast off-season. I don't really know. It seems like it's been a long time, but it's a lot faster than it was last year, and there have definitely been some changes. I am no longer the head coach of the Northwestern Wildcats. I am now a Sun Devil. Get your pitchforks up. Yes, sir. Make sure you don't get it confused with a Shocker. Huge difference. So, looking at everybody else, Penn State stayed, Iowa State, NC State stayed. Indiana Golfer was the head coach of Akron. Kevin Sumlin got fired, and now Akron is now the head coach of Texas A&M. Mr. Got Game, he was... Dang it, I forgot what team he was. Sorry, dude. He is now Nebraska, and then everybody else stayed the same. So pretty nice. That irritates me. What team was he? I really want to know. I forgot what team he was. My bad, dude. But we are into the recruiting stage. I'm not going to show you my recruiting because I just jumped on this team and it's all garbage. I'm going to advance it, show you who everybody got, and we're ready to move on, get this season going. So we're going to do recruiting, probably like position changes or something like that, or maybe the training results. We'll do training results. That's what it is. And then I need to make the updates to the conferences as well as the rules. And then into the preseason, man. We're ready to get this thing rolling. So we're going to advance it, and we'll be right back. Alright, we are now at the training results. And I easily have the worst team out of everybody in the Dynasty. It is not looking good, man. It's one of those, I don't know if by the time this comes out, it's been a while, but Italian was over watching whenever we were doing the position changes. He made a tweet like, regrets, and yeah, so bad, dude, so bad. I'm not looking forward to this at all. I'm just going to kind of run through it real quick, and I'm also going to show everybody else's team just in case they weren't on to see. Well, I was going pretty fast, so I'm going to try to go kind of slow, just so everybody can see. And what we're going to do is just fast forward it, so I may or may not be talking through this part. I'm not 100%, but yeah, I'm easily the worst off out of everybody else in the Dynasty. I'm the only team out of all the users that doesn't have at least one person that's a 90 or above. I mean, I have an 89, but that's still not still not good, man. Not looking good. Even though most of these guys are seniors, I'm not in any position. I left a really good team. Like, I'm anxious. I would like to see what the Northwestern team was, but I can't see it this week. So maybe next week I could take a look at it. But I'm hurting. I am hurting for sure. My line's horrible. My offense is bad, defense is bad, and with the adjustments made to the settings and stuff, it's gonna make it even worse. I was telling the Italian, I was like, I'll probably lose like four or five games this year. No joke. That's maybe just that's the computer, not counting the user games. It is not looking good at all, man. Not good at all. I'm not happy. But I mean, that's the fun part for me. I like building up teams, but I don't like leaving stacked teams and going to garbage teams and then building those teams back up. Because I like to play my teams every year. If I leave a school, I like to just play my old team, just see what they were like, see what the new coach does with them, that kind of stuff. I mean, look at this. He's got a freaking 99 strong safety. That's some bullcrap. And he was all worried. He's like, I don't know, my team's not as good as I'd like him to be. Freaking half his team is in the 80s. I got like 3 guys in the 80s. Not even, yeah. And he's looking pretty good. He's looking pretty good. He's got a nice little setup. He got too many punters though in the off season, so it's kind of weird. But yeah. Well, this is a interesting little setup for everybody else's team but mine. looking forward to seeing what they do and how the season wraps up. So next time we come back, it'll be in the preseason. It'll be at the start of the season, ready to go. I'll show what I do, or what settings were changed and all that. I might come back in the conferences. We're gonna adjust the conferences to be like real life. Like, some teams aren't in the appropriate category or conference, so we're gonna make that adjustment. So I might be back for that part, and then I'll show the settings before I advance it, just in case that stupid glitch of, hey, the commissioner made changes, even though the commissioner hasn't been on in like 3 days, but he made changes. Glitch happens, but we'll figure something out. So there we go. That's everybody's teams, looking pretty decent for the most part. For everybody else in the dynasty, I mean, everybody's ready to go. Looking forward to the next season. So we're gonna advance it. Like I said, I might come back and show you what the conferences look like, as well as the settings that we adjusted per not really request, but request, to make it a little bit more interesting for the computer games at the very least. But we'll come back at that point. So I'm gonna cut it, and we'll be back whenever I'm back. Alright, we are at the custom conferences section. Just want to give you guys kind of a little update what's going on. I switched to the conferences, so now it looks like real life, to the most part. Some of the teams we couldn't get in, but ACC is set up correct, the American is set up correct. Big 12, just kind of give a rundown of what all the conferences are now. The Big 10 no longer leaders and legends, and a lot of shakeups in there, man. A whole lot. Huge difference than what it was, that's for sure. Conference USA, same thing. Independence lost a lot of people also. I think the MAC pretty much stayed the same. Mountain West stayed the same. Yeah, almost everybody else stayed the same. But a couple of the smaller conferences, and then the Sun Belt got a couple, and that's where we're missing like 2 or 3 people. But that's the conferences. Just kind of give you guys a heads up. And as for the rules, like I said, I made some changes. Kind of give like a little update of what the dynasty setup is, and it is right through here. And everything's on Heisman. I can't change the coaching start level. If I change it and back out, it resets, so I can't do anything about that. Same thing with the max team prestige. Can't do anything about that, but this is what we're playing on. I adjusted the player minimum speed threshold down to 30. It was on 35 last season. Try to kind of ease our way into getting it to a 0, so we're not getting run down by a 60 speed defensive tackle, and our quarterback or running back's got 96 speed. This shouldn't happen. And it's going to be a little bit more interesting. And then we also changed, I think the game rules stayed the same. I didn't mess with any of that. Yeah, we changed some of the AI. Now for the user, quarterback accuracy, pass blocking, running back ability, run blocking, interceptions, and field goal accuracy all dropped from 50. They were all straight across the board, hadn't ever touched it. And that's what they're looking like now. And same thing with the CPU, also changed that. Its accuracy is 30. Pass blocks 45, running backs 45, running 40, because we're adjusting the quarterback accuracy, but I also want to get away because sometimes the running is a little OP, and I do that a lot because I can get to a situation where I need points, so I'll just run, and I can run for days and continue to run for days, and I hardly ever get stopped. So just to make it a little bit more interesting. And the computers, interceptions also down. The only thing that went up for them was their punt accuracy, so whenever they do punt it, it's going to be a little bit more accurate. And that's it. That's all I changed. That's the update this season. I had something else in mind, but a lot of the guys didn't like it, and thinking about it, what we had in mind wasn't really going to work anyway, so we decided to get against it, and decided to go something along these lines. But like I said, that's the update. All the conferences have been changed. Those are the new rules. We're ready to get to the preseason. So we're going to cut it. Next time I'll be back, I'm going to show all the schedules and ready to start the next year. So I'm going to cut it. Be right back. Alright guys, finally into the preseason. Just got done showing the changes we did make. The only thing really to show here is the custom schedules. We also have our 12th again. Snapperman 1007, also known as Unknown Gamer on YouTube. He said he's going to put up some gameplay videos, so make sure you check him out. So we have Unknown Gamer, Merc, myself, and the Italian. And it's 4 different people in Dynasty putting up videos, so make sure you check out all those, because it's going to be different for everybody. So custom schedules, it's going to show mine right off the back. That's me. Everybody plays 3 people. I'm playing my old team, Northwestern. They are number 10 in the nation to start the year. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be brutal, but we're going to give it a shot. And then Packers, Rogers, and Bryant Gators both requested to play me, so I made it happen. And then my other one's in conference, so that's what my schedule's looking at. Moving on down, Clemson playing Iowa, Washington State, and NC State because it's in conference. This is his schedule, and I try to make it as good of a strength of schedule as possible. And I hate doing this right here, where you play a user right off the bat, either week 1, week 2, without getting a computer game in. Because especially since we made all the adjustments to the sliders and stuff, it's a new team. You got to get used to it and adjusted and see what your team feels like before the season starts. And it's kind of not fair to do that to some people. But I mean, like looking at his schedule, I mean, week 14, that takes away a rivalry game, so I didn't want to do that. And if anybody else was even available week 14 that could play him, so that's realistically the only option I had to do it. And like I said, I hate doing that, and it irritates me, but no way really around it. Iowa schedule: Clemson, Texas A&M, because I like to leave rivalry games in as much as possible because that helps you as a coach get stuff taken care of. And then Nebraska at the end of the season. Mid-Tennessee State plays myself. Oklahoma State requested to play the Italian this year, so making it happen. I think that one of them, I think Brian Gators requested to play Packers Rogers, so that's why he's there. He requested to play myself, the Italian, and Packers Rogers. No, it was, well, I think it's me and Packers Rogers. One of them, I had it written down and I already deleted it. My bad. NC State. Now, him and Mark are going to be pissed at me, but it wasn't my idea. This was the Italians' idea because they play a national championship, and if you don't follow them or anything, they were heated in that game, at least post game. And I was telling the Italian about it, and he jumped on Twitter. So if you don't follow him on Twitter, he's finally on it. He's like, dude, this is a rivalry right here. This is an old school rivalry. They don't like each other as teams and stuff like that, so they're gonna play each other. And like I said, I don't like playing week 1 or week 2 against a user. I like to give them a little heads up so they have an idea. But the Italian said make it happen, and I think it's going to be a doozy because they played national championship, I think, back-to-back years. Oh, yeah, because he was USC 1 year and Penn State, or 2 out of the 3 years they've played. So going to be interesting. Like I said, they're going to be mad at me. It wasn't my idea, but I like the idea. So we're going to make it happen. And kind of like myself and the Italian, we're kind of rivals, but other people wanted to play us. So that's how that goes. And plus, Merck and Hedonats, they're pretty good. They're a pretty good matchup. So I'm anxious to see how that game goes. And like I've said before, and I'll say it again for the past 5 minutes, it wasn't my idea. Don't be mad at me, but I'm anxious to see how that game turns out. Nebraska plays Oklahoma State, Penn State, and Iowa. Being in the Big Ten, I mean, they're pretty much set on who they get to play. They don't really have much of a choice. Because, like, look at Oklahoma State. He's got a bye week, 2 users, a bye week, and a user. So he plays 3 users in his first 3 games. But I couldn't do anything about it because week 7 through 15 is his conference, and nobody's in his conference. That's when I was in. He's one of the originals, actually, the only original besides myself that's still in the Dynasty. And I couldn't do anything about it. But NC State, he did not requested to play Oklahoma State, the Italian, this year. He's playing at NC State. Next year they're going to play. It's going to be at Oklahoma State. They wanted a game, and we're going to make it happen. Penn State, considering that's franchise 520 because it's a rivalry game. Like I said, I try to keep those as much as possible. And then a conference game, and then looks like more than likely with the readjustments of the conference, the Big Ten changed a lot. So that's how that goes. And I think out of everybody, he might have which team is it? One of these teams has the hardest schedule, no doubt about it. Like crazy good schedule. Texas A&M plays Iowa, Pitt, and then Brian Gators at the end of the season, and Washington State. 2 users, and then a computer bye week, and then another user. So that's the schedules. That's where we're sitting. That's where everybody's at. I'm looking forward to it. We're back on our 3-day-a-week schedule, unless something happens. And just a heads up, and I'll probably mention it from here on out. I'm moving. So I got a job offer in Austin, and it is forcing me to relocate from where I'm currently at. And I have to be gone at the end of February, regardless if I have a place or not. So there might be a little downtime in between, because I may or may not have a house to stay in, may or may not have internet for a time period. But I'll keep y'all updated the more I know, the soon as I know. But just letting y'all give y'all a heads up. If there is any downtime in my channel, in these videos, that's the reason why I'm relocating. So we're gonna start this season. I'm gonna advance it, and show you who plays who week 1, other than what the schedules were, and start season 4, 2016. We're gonna advance it. We'll be right back. All right, just get done with the advance. Like I said, I play at Northwestern to start the season. Probably gonna get beat, but I'm gonna give it a shot regardless. Penn State plays NC State. Iowa has a bye week. NC State plays Penn State. Indiana or Texas A&M plays Texas. Clemson's got a bye week. Nebraska plays Fresno State. Washington State plays Nevada. Missouri plays Georgia. Pitt's got a bye week. Mid-Tennessee State plays Tennessee. And Oklahoma State's got a bye week this week. Checking out the preseason poll. See where everybody's rated as of right now. 1 and 2. Florida, USC, Penn State, NC State, LSU, Oregon, Notre Dame, Oklahoma State, Iowa, Northwestern. Looking at that, that is 3 out of the top 10 are in the Big Ten. I just want to say that. I just want to say that. Just want to point that out there. Missouri, Oklahoma, Virginia Tech, Pitt number 17, Clemson. Anybody else who's close? Who's close? No. Mid-Tennessee State's number 37, Nebraska 41. Akron would have been 46 to start this season. They finished off the season pretty good. Texas A&M, Washington State. Wow. Am I at the bottom of the barrel here? Probably. They were like 2 and 9 last year. Horrible. Bad team. Very bad team. 95th overall. Ouch. And look at that. I'm a B+, 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 B-. I'm 95th overall. That's not looking good. That's not looking good at all. Yep, I was last. That's probably gonna pick me to be the end of the barrel. Yeah. Coaches, I don't really care about the coaches poll. Check out the conference outlook where they have everything positioned as of right now, especially since we readjusted everything. Pac-12 South, I'm at last. I'm just gonna look for the individual conferences. Washington State 8th, and myself 12th. SEC, Florida, LSU, Missouri, and Texas A&M is at 12th. Sunbelt, anybody there? Nobody there. ACC, NC State, and then we got Pitt and Clemson. NC State and Clemson. Oh, they got a battle for the conference championship over there. American, nothing. Big 12, Oklahoma State should be the top team for that. Big 10, Penn State, Iowa, Northwestern, Nebraska. And Conference USA, Mid-Tennessee State should be leading that. Independence, nobody there now. MAC, nobody there now. Akron would have been it. Mountain West, nobody there now. So that's it. That's where the conferences are set up, ready to go. And then we will do Heisman watch just to see who's up for the Heisman start of the season. NC State's halfback, quarterback. My quarterback was up there. My old quarterback, Mid-Tennessee State, and then Bates, Oklahoma State's quarterback. So quarterback, running back, quarterback, quarterback, running back. That's where it was sitting. We'll see how it ends at the end of the year. But that's going to be it, man. We are excited. I know a lot of the dudes in the Dynasty were saying, hey, let's go. Let's go. I'm ready for the season to start. I'm excited. Season 3, I think it's season 4, season 9 overall in this online Dynasty. I want to thank all you guys that have showed support for this. I mean, in the downtime, it was like constantly, where's the next video? When's it going to be updated? Just the offseason takes so much longer than everything else. But I appreciate you guys' support on this, especially because I don't know how many other people do an online Dynasty with their subscribers, or if they do, or if they want to take the time to do it. But I mean, you guys are the reason why I'm here. So I appreciate it. I thoroughly appreciate it. No joke. And looking forward to this season. Hopefully you guys enjoy. See you guys next time.